Hello everyone. I'm so sorry for this to be my most recent video, but as some of you may know, there has been some recent event accusations that have occurred in the Wild Horse Islands Discord community. My heart goes out to all of the victims and people affected by John. What has happened has been horrible. It all started with Trick trying to make the server safer by removing the art channel, threads, and everything that made the server itself. Voice channels, value chats, and other channels were removed as well. Important note, Trick is not a bad actor, but he was aware of John's moderation tactics and actions with everything that he was doing. So let's dive deeper into what's actually occurred with John and everyone else. John was a moderator for Trick's server and had multiple conversations with another person who I'm not going to name because I'm pretty sure she's a victim, as well as I'm not going to name the people she talked to about this. Their names will be blurred. One of the accusations was saying, basically, Trick's friend, John, is a bad actor who was talking to multiple minors and mods in the server, saying horrible, disgusting things. 5 mods stepped down and tried to be the voice of victims ultimately, and some got banned for exposing it all, including victims. Another piece of information says, so, technically what's happening is that Trick's friend was grooming minors on Wild Horse Islands, and people have spread it. This man's name is John and is apparently 24 years of age. Trick is also now defending the man and is banning anyone who speaks of it in the Wild Horse Islands server. From one of the victims reads all of the things John was doing, and the victim was speaking to a friend about it in DMs. There's a lot of information here. There's just, I can't even explain how much there is. One of the first screenshots says, "Oh my god, blank, John's done it to another girl and he told her. Oh, okay." And then the victim said, he said, quote unquote, "If I was with you, I'd R you every day." Person saying, question mark. Victim saying, "He's doing the same thing to other girls. He had to have gotten me fired, so I can't speak out." And then another one says, "I have a bunch of friends who are pretty popular, well liked in the community. I'm scared blank. He's doing this to other girls and I can't even do anything about it." Her friend, "If enough people are aware, we can get him out of there." Victim, "Please, if you want to. I'm just scared because now I can't go to anyone directly and there's so many witnesses saw what he was doing to me. Before I even realized, they had to tell me that what he was doing." Her friend, victim's friend, said, "If you have any proof of any of it, let me know." Victim said, there's so many people who witnessed it all. I'm waiting for the other girl to speak out." Her friend, "Or anyone who could also say their story / what they saw." Victim, "Most of it happened in VC, but I have a full Most of it happened in VC. I have a full ass link of a whole long video of my convo from when we first started DMing to when he blocked me. You can always talk to." She saw it happening and told me what he was doing. He also endorsed because basically selling horses. Talking about some server stuff. Victim's friend said, "Yes, I'm friends with Vic. I'll tell her as well." Victim's friend saying, "What do you want me to do to say to them?" Victim, "That you want information basically. She'll DM you." Victim's friend saying, "Okay." Victim saying, "God, I'm scared. I can't believe this." Victim's friend comforting her saying, "Don't be scared." Victim saying, "He's doing it to other girls and got me fired, so I can't speak out about it to staff." Friend said, "Can you tell me everything he did in bullet points? Like, it doesn't have to be the full story of everything because you've told me a lot already. I'm talking to Sydney and Victoria as well." And then the victim said, like, main stuff and was agreeing. And from the victim, I feel really bad, to be honest, because there's so many more than just this one. I just don't have the stuff for it. Here is the bullet points she listed. He asked me to run my cameras on to basically oogly at me in a dress. He's mentioned inappropriate convos with me before, but it was typically a consensual convo. He was very persistent with calls, degraded me a lot, would constantly ask for my location, which led me to lie so he wouldn't know where I was, would disregard several rules and would not take it seriously when I told him to stop, was giving potential advantages to others, would only join server calls if I was in them, showed infatuation with me, talked about terms and how there had always been a power dynamic between us, called me weird for not accepting terms, and then blocked me. When I jokingly said I'll agree to the terms, he then asked for me to turn my camera on again, to which I said I was too tired. And then another victim said that she's too young and scared that she'll get in trouble, so for now she's remaining anonymous until she decides if she does or doesn't want to show. So this whole situation is just really bad. I don't have, like, new information is still coming out, probably going to be coming out every day because this just happened today. All of this information and the leaks and everything have just come to light all of a sudden over the course of one day. This morning it just broke out, and most people were like in school or stuff like that, but I waited to like do this later in the afternoon tonight so that I could let some more like information flood in. And obviously information can change, but I want to get this out now because you can support the game, but I probably will not ever be showing it on my channel again until things are cleared up, or if things are never cleared up by Tricks, then the game will never be shown on my channel again. And even though it was shown a long time ago, it was still shown, and I might either take the videos or lives down or just leave them up for views, but that's about it. This will be the last thing of this game, but here was Trick's response. Putting it on screen now. We do not normally publicize moderation action. However, I feel it is necessary with this situation due to the impact it has had on our server. Some users have been banned from this server for falsely accusing another member and purposefully spreading this false information around to others to incite an uproar of very serious behavior, of which no evidence was able to be provided that showcases these concerning accusations of the banned users includes a former moderator in this server who had their role removed shortly prior to this issue coming to light. Please note that the accused member has also been removed from the server for a separate issue. Now, removing them may or may not have been about the situation or them knowing. I don't really know. But to be honest, it's really sketchy how Trix is almost defending the person who did all these horrible things to these people. For those who are knowledgeable on the situation in more detail, please know that we take these types of issues extremely seriously, and if we are provided evidence of serious claims, we will absolutely take action to remove bad actors from our server. If you believe you have information on the situation that you feel we have not seen, please make our moderation team aware and we will reevaluate our decisions. We want this Discord server to be a safe place for all to communicate about Wild Horse Islands. Thank you for reading and being a positive member of our community. It may not have been clear in my previous message The member who was accused of wrongdoing in our server has been banned from our server. Specifically, they were banned for discussing inappropriate topics with members of our server. But weren't those members minors? Or were they just, I mean, you can be groomed of all ages, but I feel like most were underage. I don't know their ages, but I only know that one victim's underage, and obviously their name will not be, given, and I'm just not giving the victims' names in general. Regarding the recent situation, I do not support or agree with the way this user acted while engaging with others in this server. I had previously been friends with this user, however, I no longer wish to be associated with them, and as such have removed them as a friend on all platforms, as well as banned them from Wild Horse Islands and this server. This server has been made read-only and remains so permanently. So you cannot actually go into the server and type and talk to people or anything like that. It's strictly you can only read what's being said. This server was intended to be a means of discussing our game, Wild Horse Islands, and playing the game with others. I'm sorry to those of you who enjoyed using this server for its intended use and will be missing having this community to engage in going forward. Unfortunately, having this server open for chatting has proven to be incredibly challenging. We are a very small team and our passion is creating fun games for people to enjoy. The challenges that come with an open server have proven to hinder our ability to pursue that. I will continue to post update leaks, logs, and other information in this server as we continue development on the game. Now, I feel like, yes, since you're running a game, you don't want to stop. I feel like you should take a little more time though to address the situation in thoroughly deeply address it. Not just put a couple announcements out and everything like that. You don't have to mention victims, but mention what was actually done, just all of these things that need to be done because it's really, really, really important. I feel like it's just, everything is just so, it's just really bad. And this is pretty much an unedited video except for me having to put in the screenshots and stuff of all of the evidence. There's so much more evidence, and I've collected all of this evidence from a server who is just specifically for the evidence. I will not be naming it because I'm pretty sure they said they wanted to be named anonymous, and all the people who posted the evidence will not be named either, and all the people in the evidence except for Trix, and if John is in there, it will be John too. Those two people will not be censored, but everybody else, victims and friends of the victims who were talking or in the screenshots, will not be shown and will not be named. There were brief mentions of two people that were just they're not in the main evidence, but they're just mentioned. They won't be shown, their names won't be shown. And please, if you somehow find out who these people are, don't harass them. Do not spam them. Do not ask for things. Just let them do their own thing, because if they're victims, they're coping, and no matter how small their situation was, no matter how big or small it was, it's really important for them to cope on their own and not be disturbed and practically re-victimized every single time. And now sharing the story is kind of doing that, but it's more about what is happening than just the person. So please leave your regards in the comments if you want to. My heart goes out to these victims, and I'm so sorry for what has been happening.